Alright y'all, Rooster in Tennessee here. Going to do a video on this single GS35B. Not really my ideal test setup as usual, but hooked up here on my ground plane testing it, so you'll have to forgive me for the setup looking a little different. But it's a one tube GS35B Russian tube. Come up here and show you the plate volts, just under 4,000. There's your, it's got an amp meter on it. High voltage switch, operating standby, and a filament. Turn the filament on first and let it warm up for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Then you're good to hit your high voltage there. And you've got a single input tune, load tuner, tune. And anyway, we're going to drive it here. We got one of these RM Italy's, brand new, KL503. Doing about 300 watts. We'll see what it's doing here. We got a 500 watt slug in. P kit is on. Middle scale, just the driver. Hello, audio test 1 2, audio test 1 2, audio test 1 2, audio test 1 2, audio. Showing a little shy of 300. Hello radio 1 2 3, audio test 1 2 3, audio test 1 2 3. We just got some little wire feeding it, but that's what we're driving it with. We're putting a Cobra 29 into it. Now we're just going to change slugs here. We're going to put this 10 kW slug in. Still got the P kit on. Now this amp does operate off a foot pedal, so when you key it, you key the amp first with a foot pedal, then key the radio, let off the radio, let off the amp. So the amp's the first thing to key, and it's the last thing to unkey. It does run on 220. That goes without saying probably, but sure somebody will ask. Has an internal blower in it. And it's a one owner amp. Story on it, he barely used it. The same gentleman bought a 3-tube 500Z from me, and he's talking on it right now. It did a little bit more power than this amp, so he stuck with it and really just kept this one for a backup. But again, it's single GS35B. That being said, let's get on with the program here and show you output on it. They're a 10,000 watt slug, so we're looking at the bottom scale. That 100 is 10,000, and we are on peak. Audio test 1, test 1, test 1, test 1, test 1. That hash mark right there would be 3,000. Audio test 1 2 3. We're not hardly halfway between 3 and 4, but about 3,200, 3,300, something like that probably. Hello test 1 2 3. Keying just less than 1,000. Audio test 1 2 3. Audio test 1, test 1 2 3. Audio test 1, test 1, test 1, test 1. Shy of 2 amps. Audio test 1 2 3. Audio test 1 2 3. Audio 1 2 3. Audio. Let off of it. Still running nice and cool. Gonna put it on average power now. Same scale, except we're reading average power. Key the amp, key the radio. First hash mark is 1,000. Bottom scale, audio test 1 2 3, audio test 1 2 3. About 1250 or so, you could probably say, not hardly halfway between the first hash mark and the 2,000. But hello, 1 2 3. Audio. There she goes. Still nice and cool, air coming out, runs super quiet. I mean, we're right on top of it here. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but runs super quiet. High drive amp, like I said, putting a little 503 in there to it, and you know, you could hit it a little bit harder. It'll do 4,000, but definitely recommend somewhere between 3,000 and 3,500 peak. Of course, you can run it less than that if you want to. It's going to do roughly 10 times what you put in it. Little RM Italy was showing 280, 290 there, but 10 minutes ago it was showing a little bit over 300, but my line voltage and stuff is so up and down here from 1 minute to the next it can change. But roughly 10 times what you put in it, you're going to get 10 times that out of it. So if you put 300, you know, you're going to get somewhere around 3,000, maybe a little more, like you were seeing here. If you put 250 in it, you're going to get around 2,500 out of it. Would not really suggest exceeding 350 watts peak. I don't know what that would be average, you know, probably 150, 145, 140, something like that. But 1,400 average and 3,000, 3,500 peaks, about what you can expect out of this thing. There it is. Nice amp, super nice condition there, nice paint job on it. Like I said, barely been used. Barely been used at all. And you can still get GS35B tubes. I think they're $150, $200 a piece. Excuse me, and this one's got one in it. So, cool thing about it is if you ever don't want to run GS35Bs, you got a couple options. 3.6 1500 will go in here with a little bit of changing. 3-500Zs will go in here with a little bit of changing. Probably run up to 3 tubes in it. But that's it. Single GS35B. I've got one person locally that I'm going to give first shot at it, and another gentleman that I've already spoke with. I'm going to give both those guys first shot, and if they don't want it, it'll be for sale to the open market. Pickup only. Sure don't want to have to ship it there and risk damaging it. But that's it. Single GS35B. Questions, comments, complaints, shoot me a text message, 423-299-3535. That's what we're hitting it with. 29 RM Midley 503. Single GS35B. Catch you guys out there. See you, bye.